What's up everyone, and welcome back to an updated deck profile on my Zoodiacs. Now Zoodiacs is a deck that has actually seen a bit of resurgence thanks to Divine Arsenal AA Zeus, which I don't have copies of, so right now I proxy them. And before we get to the deck profile, I'd just like to mention for you to vote for which deck you'd like me to do a deck profile. You know, it could be a winner. So far this month, at least as of recording of this video, the only vote is for UA Sports. I don't know, the UA archetype. All this is probably being uploaded weeks after being recorded, so it might be on a different month, but who knows. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. First up, I run 3 Zoodiac Thoroughblade. Thoroughblade, when it is attached to a monster as XYZ material, if this card's normal special summon, you can discard one Zoodiac card, and if you do, draw one card. So it is draw power, and an XD monster with this card as material gains this effect. If this card attacks defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage to your opponent. That's essentially what the Zoos do. Mainly, depending on for the XD materials, when they have different material attached to it, they gain different effects. And Zoodiac XDs are really powerful because unlike the normal XD, which requires 2 to 3 materials, the Zoodiac XYZ monsters only require 1 Zoo monster. I also run 3 Zoodiac Whiptail. During either player's turn, you can target 1 Beast Warrior type XYZ monster you control. Attach this card from your hand or field to it as an XYZ material, and against its effect, that this card battles opponent's monster after damage calculation, banish that opponent's monster. Also run 3 Zoodiac Ram. This card is destroyed by battle or card fake. You target a Zoodiac monster in your graveyard and special summon it, and when it's attached to an XYZ monster, it gains this effect. When your opponent activates a trap card or effect that targets this card, quick effect, attach 1 material, negate the activation, so it's some spell trap protection. Also run the 1 Rat, a card that I'm not quite sure why it's limited at 1. I feel like if you were to limit anything, there's other things that could be limited to help it, but although I do see that Rat at 1 to me is kind of a little bit of a useless card, in my opinion. But it has the effect, if it's normal, so you can send 1 Zoodiac card from your deck to your graveyard, so it's a full burial, and then you can attach 1 XYZ material from this card, special summon a Zoodiac Raptor. Since it's limited to 1, that last effect means absolutely nothing. I also run the 1 Blackwing Zephyros Elite for extending. For my hand trap lineup, I run quite a bit. For example, 3 Ash Blossom Joyous Spring, 3 Nibiru, 3 Effect Veiler, 3 Cyframe Gear Gamma, and the 1 Cyframe Diver. You have a lot of free space in this deck, so I put a lot of hand traps in. Moving on to the spells, I run the 1 Barrage. Barrage is easily the most powerful spell trap in the deck, because you can target a face-up card you control, destroy it, and if you do, special summon 1 Zoodiac monster from your deck. This is why this card got limited, because with this card at 3, Zoo essentially becomes splashable. And 1 Dryadent and 3 Zoodiac Barrage, yeah, that'd be definitely problematic. So that's what you want to do. It special summons out a Zoo monster, and then you can go into any XYZ Zoodiac monster and just start going off from there. Also run 3 Fire Formation Tenki. This is a searcher for Beast Warrior. Add 1 level 4 or Beast Warrior type monster from your deck to your hand. So you can use it to search any of your Zoodiac monsters because they are Beast Warrior. For some draw power, 3 Pot of Avarice and the 2 Pot of Desires. Pot of Avarice is really good with this deck considering how easy it is to get cards in the grave. You can just go XE. Getting 5 cards in your grave is very easy, kind of like in Sky Strikers. Also run the 1 Called by the Grave, the 1 Monster Reborn, and the 1 Double or Nothing in case you want to just finish out the game. Moving on to the traps, I run the 1 Zoodiac Core. You target Zoodiac XYZ monster control, attach 1 Zoodiac monster from your hand or deck to the XYZ monster as XYZ material. During either player's turn, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 5 Zoodiac cards in your graveyard with different names, shuffle all 5 into the deck, draw 1 card. So kind of like a Pot of Avarice, but a little weaker. And I also run 3 Infinite Permanents for the other, to round up the traps. Moving on to the extra deck. I run the 1 Zoodiac Dryadent. I can only run 1 because it's limited at 1, and it is easily the most powerful one. I run the 2 Zoodiac Chakanine, the 2 Borbo, the 2 Tiger Mortor, and the 1 Hammer Kong. Now they all get different effects, and I'm not really going to go into deep detail on each one. But the one cool thing about the Zoodiacs is that, say you have Thoroughblade on the field, for example. You can go into Trident, then into Tiger Motor, then into Borbo, then into Chalk9, and then into Hammer Kong. That's how the Zoodiacs work. They're very powerful. And then let's say you just want to link it out all the way. Boom. 5 cards in the grave for Pot of Avarice fodder. I also run the 1 Utopia and Utopia Double for the double or nothing plays. The 2 Divine Arsenal. I don't have Divine Arsenal, unfortunately. It's like $50. Well, at least as the recording of this video, it's $50. Now, the one thing with the Divine Arsenal 8 triple AA Zeus, once per turn, if an XYZ monster battle this turn, you can also XYZ summon Divine Arsenal by using 1 XYZ monster you control as material. Quick effect, you detach 2 materials from this card, send all other cards from the field, this is a quick effect, to the graveyard. And once per turn, if another card you control is destroyed by a card effect, you can attach 1 card from your hand, deck, or extra deck to this card as material. So this is just a board wipe whenever you want it to be a board wipe. Pretty good. Now to round up the extra decks, I run the 1 Axis Code, the 1 Appaloosa, and the 1 Borrelsword Dragon for my Link Force. Well, that's it for my Zoodiac deck profile. Let me know, what do you think? Do you think Zoodiac's a pretty good deck? Do you think it's a tier 1, tier 2? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video I make. Bye!